welcome back to Elfcraft and Vinyl. I'm Sharon. Well, I did film a unboxing of a light box. I got a Crayola Light Box. I'd seen, I think it was Betsy from Cutting Corners in Needland, Texas, and she used a Crayola Light Box for weeding white and black vinyl, HTV, to see the design better, because as you know it can be a bit hard to see. And so I asked for one for Christmas and I got one, and this is it. It's only a children's Crayola one, but I filmed it, very excited, and it doesn't work. So this video I'm going to show you how I apply adhesive vinyl as a patch onto a quilted material, but I'll also show you how the light box doesn't really add anything to the weeding process. Stay with me and I'll adjust the camera and we'll get to it. Thanks, bye. So for this you will need the adhesive vinyl of your choice. This is just our black premium. This is the blanket. It's my son's. He's very fond of it, but it's got some damage here and he wants me to put something on that there, and you can see it's a quilted material. I'll be using my scissors and my pick and my tweezers and my easy press and my ironing surface. You're going to have to ignore my hands and how I look today. I've been doing gardening and housework, so I am a hot mess today. So this is the light box out of the box with the batteries in. It took 3 AA batteries, and you just pop it on, and I'll just take all the paper out. It comes with a pile of paper and drawings, and the idea is they trace the drawings. It comes with 12 pencils and a pencil, and the idea is they put their drawing under there and then they put a plain sheet of paper down like this, and then they can trace it. To be honest, it makes not a lot of difference. There we go. So but my granddaughter will enjoy playing with it, so that can go to my grandchildren. When it comes to the vinyl, there is the design, and I pop it on and turn on, and it made no difference at all. So I'll try it with some white that I've got for another project, and again I can't really see it. So and to be fair, when you look at it, it's very bright up here but not really bright in the middle at all. So I don't know if mine's defective, or that Betsy's just got a better one than I have, but mine just doesn't work. So there we are. It was only for a bit of fun. So let's get on with this. So first I'm going to do is weed my project. I'm just going to cut that bit out so we don't have so much waste. I use these little bits, especially now we're getting ready for the summer holidays, and the children's hats and things. I will put their names and put names and initials in hats, and when they return to school I put their names in their school uniforms with the vinyl. Oh, that's a big piece there. So if you hear a bit of noise in the background, I do apologise. I've got somebody in doing a bit of work at the moment, so you might hear some drilling. Oh. To say, we've had some nice days, so we've been out in the garden planting, getting everything ready. There's always so much to do. Now you see I was a bit I was a bit over enthusiastic, and I've torn it into the design. But don't worry, that can be fixed when you when it's applied. You'll never notice that. More fingers and thumbs today. The other thing to remember is that the temperature and the weather does affect your vinyl. So the heat and the humidity will affect vinyl and its performance. So I picked our standard adhesive vinyl for this project because I didn't want it too translucent. You can hear, I don't know if you can hear the saw going outside. There we go. There we go. So you just see where I've torn into his little arm. But as I say, once I put that on, you'll never notice. There we go. So I've got some outside projects coming up. We're getting a greenhouse ready for my daughter. Just lifted a little bit of his eye up. Repositioning. So I look a hot mess today. There we go. It's part of life. The mat that I'm using, our youngest went to a gaming event at the weekend, and they were giving away these giant mouse mats. And they're well trained, my children. Immediately he thought, oh, that'll do her for crafting. And actually I really like it, because when I was doing some weeding earlier, nothing stuck to it. And it just gives you a little bit of a cushion. I'm not sure how it'd hold up to heat, because it is literally a normal mouse mat, but I think it'd be okay. There we go. I did have my heat gun out on it, and it didn't seem to affect it. There we go. So I'm fingers and thumbs at the moment. I need chocolate. Definitely need a new picking tool. Look at that one, it's so bent. So there we are. So let me set up my heat press, and we'll be on my easy press, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, things to think about when you're mending items and when you're applying anything to a quilted fabric are, first the fabric, will it take the heat? So this one is a cotton mix, so that is fine. The interior does have a a polyester filling, so we're okay there. You won't get an even press because of these. I mean, this isn't very quilted, but sometimes things are very quilted, and you can get around this by using a pressing pillow. Now I use just a piece of foam from Donnell Milne, and I will put that under there, and that just gives it a little bit of give. I'm just going to unfurl this a little bit to give myself a little bit more room to play with. So that's the edge. Make sure it's nicely centred. Work, that's just my heat press getting it to destroying everything today. So there we go. And I just position it where I want it, and then to heat it up. So as I say, give it a little bit of a press down. This blanket is old and really should go in the bin, but he's very fond of it. So we will mend it. So I'm going to put the body of the sloth across the defect. Those little bits out of the way, because if you don't, they will stick to your project. And there's the little rip. So it says Sloth Yoga Warrior 2. Just make sure that all of my design is going to be on the pressing pillow. It's not, so I'm going to have to do it in 2 parts. There we go. So I'll do this bit first, just over the edge. I have got bigger ones, but we are a bit upside down today. So as there's no exposed vinyl, I can go straight on with my heat press. I'm going to push it for 15 seconds for the first press at 320, and I am going to give it a little bit of pressure, and there you are. I'm going to reposition it with the other arm on the pressing pillow, and then again bit of pressure to compensate for the ridges in the fabric. Cricut don't say you have to press down, but I find that it works better if I do. And there we are. Right, that's cool it down a little bit. This could be a warm peel. Just start slowly and across, because you want it to go down into the quilt, so that you're not going to get little pieces that anything can get under and lift the design off. There we go. If it was something like a sports top or a child's item that you need to have a little bit more flexibility, I would then use the stretch metallic. There we go. I didn't run the design past him, but I'm sure he'll love it. And then we're going to pop it back on there with the Teflon over it this time, because we've got exposed vinyl. Just make sure that it's in place under the pillow, which will give it a little bit. And we're going to give it a full press this time, 30 seconds. There we go. And as you can see, I don't know if the camera will pick this up. As you can see, it's gone into the creases and really attached itself. So you can see the quilt through the vinyl. Just repositioning it. Make sure there's no creased or bulky material underneath to stop it getting that full press. moving that down there, and we'll just do the side. Ooh, Teflon sheet. And go. There we go. Move that out of the way. And there in the body of the sloth, you can see, oh, it's still hot. It comes through on from the quilt. So there we go. Almost as good as new. Very faded, very old, but it'll live another day. Okay, I hope you found that useful. I will be filming another one today, which is applying onto baby garments. Okay, thank you. Bye.